line. Sudhamitrayudasina madhyastadveshavandushu sadhushvapi javapeshu samabuddhirvishishyate. Sudhamitrayudasina madhyastadveshavandushu sadhushvapi javapeshu samabuddhirvishishyate. Now, this verse, or this whole set of verses, is describing a relatively ready person. Relatively ready for God. So what do you mean by relatively ready? He has done inner work with himself inside. He has done management inside. Antarkarana management he has done. And what is that management? With reference to every aspect of the Jagat, he has managed his reactiveness. Yeah. Reaction and then lingering of the reaction. So there are two things that happen. One is a reaction, a sharp reaction. That you have a sharp reaction. You can express it immediately, or you can have a sharp reaction and nobody knows you had it because it's inside. It's not manifested. First stage is you have the sharp reaction inside, so nobody knows. But you withhold from manifesting because you feel it's not appropriate place, time, situation to manifest. That is the first stage. Sharp reaction is there, but you don't manifest. The stage before that is whatever reaction you have, you just manifest. And that can be disturbing for you as well as the others. So when there is a sharp reaction and you immediately manifest, it can disturb the surrounding, the people, because it was not expected, it was sudden. It can also disturb you because later on you may feel very guilty. It disturbs you in the form of guilt. Later on you will have guilt. Why did I say that? Why did I react like that? I shouldn't have done that in that situation. I should have been quiet. So it will trouble you. Your own reactiveness, it manifests without supervision, will attack you later in the form of guilt. And later on you can't do much because it's over. Correct? That's the first stage. So that you handle and you tell yourself, okay, I should not express. Second stage. If you have a sharp reaction and you don't express, it's like a firecracker is inside, not expressed. It will burn you. It's a big problem. Both are big problems. Outside also is a big problem. Because outside you burn everybody else. Inside you burn yourself. If you burn yourself, then it's a matter of time. It's like you're sitting on a time bomb. You can't keep burning yourself. You will get into all sorts of other issues like frustration, physical problems, ulcers, and all kinds of physical symptoms. So that is a problem, which means So that has to be carefully groomed. And the whole grooming of the Antakarana, really speaking, grooming of the Antakarana comes in Dharma Shastra. In Moksha Shastra, they expect you to be ready. See, this is Bhagavad Gita, is Dharma Shastra and Moksha Shastra. So at the end of the chapter they say, Srimad Bhagavad Gita Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyaya Yoga Shastra. Yoga Shastra. Yoga Shastra, but it is Brahma Vidya. It has both. That's why in some portions they will tell you how to groom yourself. In some portions they just say Atman. They don't talk, they don't come down. Correct? So all the grooming has to be done as part of Dharma Shastra. So you have to get yourself ready. So handling this reactiveness. And to handle this reactiveness, you have not just this is one text, you have so many other texts which speak of just dharma, what you ought to do. Moksha Shastra is what you ought to do. Correct? Moksha you don't have to do anything. You really ought to know. In dharma they tell you what you ought to do, the best way of doing, the best way of acting, the best way of behaving. So you have so many texts which are niti. Niti means code of conduct, how you should behave. For what? Why do we make codes of conduct? Someone may say, why I have a free life. Why should I be told how to behave, how to think? So I can live the way I want. Then there are a lot of nitis. Nitis are given. This is the best way to be. The reason is they are giving that so that this reactive antakarana is handled. That's the connection. Are you able to understand? So you have so many nitis. Niti, it's not moksha. In fact, a lot of their codes of conduct, their values will be slightly different. They will glorify glory, fame, wealth. Here you will say what is wealth, isn't it? But you have to go through that niti to get to be ready for Moksha Shastra. So, all those codes, how you have to behave with elders, with friends, how to behave with the king, how to behave with a brother, elder brother, younger brother, how to behave with mother, who to keep contact with, they speak, who you should associate with, who you should not associate with. Not because you hate them, beautifully they mention. Not because you hate them, you don't trust them, but because the value systems are very different. So the standard of thinking, the standard of respect, the standard of priorities, very different. So the niti will tell you, it is wise for you to behave like this, to be with such people. It is not wise, even though they may be good people, it is not wise to be in the company of these people because their values are different. Take a simple thing, take a very simple thing, like, so dharma, artha, kama, moksha. As mumukshus, you may have a value for moksha, correct? Somebody else may have a value for artha, kama. Very good people, they have nothing, they also follow dharma. But neither do they understand moksha, nor do they have a value for it. They don't know. Can't be blamed, they don't know. Now, understand, they are dharmic people, they are good people. But their priorities are artha, kama. What is the next thing to enjoy? When is the next? So when are we going next for dinner? When are we going that next? When are we, are you able to see? It's the whole focus is Arthakam. Or when is the next? Wealth. Nothing wrong with it. Really speaking, in Niti, Shastra they will tell you, even to live like that, how best to live. So nothing wrong with it. Correct? But for a mumukshu, to be in the company of this person also is a problem. Why? The priorities are different. Are you able to see? Arthakama is not a priority. Name, fame and all is not a priority. But in Niti they will tell you, no, you should have a certain amount of good fame. You should have Lakshmi, you should have wealth. Are you understanding? So there are two different levels altogether. And the vision is one must pass through to come to another. You cannot directly jump into Moksha Shastra without that readiness of understanding Niti, understanding how to think, how to behave, how to respond, what to do, whom to be with, whom to avoid, not because you hate them, please understand. You can pray for them, you can be with them, but they say the company too much, that the company once in a while is alright. Too much is not appropriate, because the system, the whole value systems are you able to see? Now, when he speaks of this verse, how this person is responding to people around him. Here they only give you the result, how he responds to people. But they don't tell you what he has done to be like this. To be like this, he has gone through the grind. He has understood Dharma Shastra, how to live, how to conduct himself. And this, really speaking, Dharma Shastra can be taught to everybody. Can be taught to children, can be taught to general people. Moksha Shastra is not to be taught to you. Only mumukshus. Only if you are interested in moksha, then that is why in the olden days the acharyas, if anybody came for moksha, they make them wait. They didn't start teaching. Including in Kathopanishad. Nachiketas, this boy, young boy, he wants moksha. He goes to Lord Yama. Lord Yama is the teacher. Lord Yama doesn't give him the jnana or moksha immediately. He tries to distract him. So I'll give you this, I'll give you horses, I'll give you chariots, I'll give you dancing women, I'll give you this, I'll give you all the pleasures that you want, all the riches that you want, all the fame, everything, and it doesn't give. To check, is he a moksha? Is he interested only in moksha, or is he interested in something else? And that is why you find, largely speaking, most people are interested in Dharma Shastra. The moment you speak of anything else, Atma is Brahman. Unless you are ready, you will be lost. Are you understanding? But code of conduct, how to speak, how to talk, how to relate, how to do, how to think, it's very. And rightfully they are interested because that's what is needed. Moksha is easy if Dharma Shastra is one has been through it. Such are the texts. Niti. Sometime I will do it with you. After Bhagavad Gita. Niti. I said I will do it after Bhagavad Gita. Now I am doing it as texts. In the camp, holy camp. The next camp is Niti Shatakam. Just Dharma Shastra. How to relate. It's all that. They will not talk of moksha. Dharma, so that this is easy. So after being through that, look at the result. The result is shown in verse 9. This person is Samabuddhi. Samabuddhi. The result is he has got Samabuddhi. Samabuddhi is his reactions to different people are not sharp. Some are being balanced. May not be same. May not be same. You want the same reaction, may not be balanced. Why? Because he's gone through that grooming, the grinding. Samabuddhi. Vishishyate. This is the way he excels because of his Samabuddhi. Seeing the different, opposite varieties of people, all kinds of people. Extreme in the natures of people. So, Suhrid. Suhrid is actually Suhrid. Suhrid means the good-hearted, a person who has your well-being in mind. Is a Suhrid. No matter what you do, this person always has your well-being. It's called a Suhrid. Suhrid is usually a very large-hearted person. So you may be immature or unable to see the benefit. So you may react in different ways to this person, with the unhappiness or. But this person is still Suhrid. Large-hearted, will accommodate, sense, it doesn't matter. I will still do things for this person's well-being. He thinks only of the well-being, that is Suhrid. Doesn't waver with your behavior. That is Suhrid. Everybody else will waver, isn't it? So, you behave badly with me, I will also behave badly. It doesn't matter. Suhrid is no matter what. His heart is so large. He still looks for the benefit of the other. Then Mitra. Mitra is a friend. Who is friendly, who you can relate to. So, but they put it in different categories. Mitra is friend, but if you fight with the Mitra, he may also fight back with you. Suhrid won't do that. Suhrid is large-hearted, kind-hearted no matter what. That is Suhrid. Suhrid, Mitra, then Ari. Arihi is an enemy. Arihi is opposite of Suhrid. Arihi means won't let you go, revengeful. Anybody who is opposed to your ways and interferes, maybe opposed, it's all right. If he interferes, then he becomes Ari. Whatever your way, whatever your movement opposes and interferes. Or interference is Ari. So you see Mitra, and then there is A, and then there is a Refa on top. So that is A plus Rasva E, and the next word is Udasina. There is no year there. The year is because of Sandhi. When A and E come together, then year is formed. Ari. So Ari is an enemy. Then Udasinaha is neutral, unbiased. You won't take sides. Never take sides. So even if you need help, you won't take your side. If you are in trouble, won't take your side. Even if you want or you don't want, whatever it is independent, aloof, udasin. He will never take sides. So you have such people also. They are mitras. When it comes to health, they won't take your side. Aloof. Nothing good or bad, nothing right or wrong. That's the nature of the person. You don't have to judge whether it's right or wrong. That's the way they are. They don't wish to take sides. Because if you take sides, there's complication when you want to do this and that. So they won't take sides. Another kind of person will be always, at your beck and call to help you. Only udasa, aloof. So there are people that way. Then madhyastha. Madhyastha is a mediator. It's called madhyastha. You will go out of the way to mediate. Mediate means to bring them. So when you want help, one fellow will remain aloof, the other will take pains to come and sort the situation out between two people. It's called the madhyastha. You see this, on the road. When there is a problem on the road, there will be some fellows aloof. Correct? And some people will go and sort it out. Correct? It's just the nature of a person. There's nothing right or wrong. So you can't push one to do another. People who are confident of being madhyastha, which means they mediate, they will sort out their situation. And then Dveshya. Dveshya is who is hateful to you, who hates you. For whatever reason they hate you. So Dveshya. Atmanaha apriyaha. Who is not pleasant to you, they won't be pleasant to you. Shankaracharya says, Dveshya is Atmanaha apriyaha. So, they are not maybe repulsive people. Won't be pleasant. Dveshya, hateful. And then, Bandhu. Bandhu is a relative. Any relation is bandhu. Relative. Bandhu and sadhushu. Sadhu is a good person. So look at the variety of people. Different varieties of people. The whole point here is we are ready, all of us are ready to accept all good people, kind people. Nobody should hate me, everybody should be good to me, everybody should respect me. Correct? So what do you think? We are ready to meet only the Suhrit. In fact, that's what we want in our head, that's what we want. Everybody should be Suhrit. You don't get that. The problem is my preparation in the world is only for Suhrit. If I get anybody else, I have a sharp reaction. And that disturbs me. Because there is no guarantee. Even people around me, mitras may turn enemy, friends may turn enemy. People may turn disrespectful. Situations may be created where they may hit you for no fault of yours. I am not ready to receive it. That is why Samabuddhi doesn't come. Here, this person has been through it all. And he has trained the Antakarana to receive. No matter He doesn't force himself to be balanced. The result is he is balanced. It's a result of so much effort. So over the years there is effort, experience. And now he can't be used. See, really speaking, this system of ashrama, brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha and sannyasa is so perfect and so well thought of, scientific in a way. See, understand this. Brahmacharya and grihastha, there is youth and middle age. That is the time you are supposed to work on all this. There is a time you are supposed to, and if we're not even in middle age, you are supposed to do it in youth. So that the antakarana is already ready to face anything. The problem is if it is not done, then by the time vanaprastha sannyasa comes, which means old age. Now look at the trouble we face. In old age, as it is, the body slowly stops cooperating. So in youth it cooperates. We can do what we want and the body just, it manages. In old age, the body can't manage. So it slows down its cooperation. When the body slows down its cooperation, you find everything is linked. The mind also becomes a little weak. If the mind becomes weaker, then it is very, very sensitive to all these things around. Some rude statement, some insult, somebody doesn't look, somebody doesn't, isn't it? It's not, that's the way it is. So the mind itself becomes a little sensitive, a little more sensitive. Now, if this preparation is not done, you can imagine what a huge damage to this old person, because as it is, body is not cooperating, and then the mind is, sensitive, and there is no preparation to meet all kinds of people. And in old age or in young age, you will still meet all kinds of people. You can't blame them. That's the way the world is. Just because one is older, that doesn't mean people around necessarily will be angels. Are you understanding? It is not true. And that is why it's a big damage for these old people, because the homework has not been done in youth. Suffering. It's very sad to see. And they can't help, they can't work now because nothing is cooperating with them. So then what is the solution when they suffer? Just quiet, silent suffering. Which is sad. That is why this is useful. It is a preparation so that by the time old age comes, I am already samabuddhi vishishyate. I excel with balance. It's not going to bother. Let the body not cooperate. At least my antakarana has done its homework. It doesn't matter now. Correct? This person can make himself happy, knows the way to make himself happy. Youth, middle age or old age, he knows. So he is not dependent on external suhritya, mitra and all that for help. Can handle it. Are you understanding? Very important. So here he says such a person is relatively ready for dhyana. Why? Non-sharp reactiveness with people, and you can't escape people. They will be there. No matter what you do, they will be there around you. There. Oh, I forgot. Papeshu means the people who do nishiddha karmas. Nishiddha is prohibited activities. Prohibited activities. Anybody who does nishiddha karma, pratishidha karma.
So he is going to samabuddhi for sadhu and for
even it won't bother him. Even for the people who do prohibited activities, this person deals with it without that sharp reaction. The whole point is you have to deal with it. No matter what, you have to deal with it without catching the disease. So if you catch the disease, number one, you are disturbed. You are irritated, you are quiet. You deal with it, but samabuddhi, with a balanced mind. You do something, but internally there is no volcanoes or disturbance. This is the way he excels. Samabuddhi, he wishes.
Yeah, this first time, this page here, confusion. That there is a sandhi or it's like that.
No, Deshya. Deshya. Deshya means Atmanaha Apriyaha. Deshya.
But we were all the sages getting angry and giving shrap to everyone.
See, in the Puranas, we have stories for a purpose. We always have stories for a purpose. And most of the sharps are ultimately for a very good purpose later on. Yeah, it's for a larger interest. Something good happens. If you look at any curse, maybe something good happens afterwards. It's for a larger vision. And remember, those stories are the Puranas first. The Puranas means entertainment. To tell you the same message, but through, if you have everybody who is sadhu, then there is your story. Correct? And also to show that there were all kinds of people. They were there. They were all kinds.
But would the sharp be a reaction?
Generally, one can't say because where it comes from is hidden. But if the see, first of all, to give the sharp, this person must have tremendous powers. The sharp to work. Must have a lot of tapas. Must have a lot of tapas, must have tremendous powers, and then must be disturbed properly. This person is not disturbed, you are only sharp. So you have disturbed him, nicely disturbed. Correct? So in that case, very often a shapa is done so that a lesson is learned, so that some code of or behavior is changed, because there is no other way. So generally, one would like to assume that because these people have tapas, because they have that power, it is not just a negligence just like that. It is given with a particular intention. Even though it's a shapa seems negative. The intention is finally well-being. May he grow, ultimately, because nothing else is working. So may he grow ultimately. It's like hitting a child, you know. He doesn't listen. Nobody wants to hit a child. And you shouldn't do it also. But sometimes if the child is, not listening to something that's going to damage this child, mother may give one tiny whack. Just the child will cry, but saves him from a bigger problem. Shapa is like that. Generally, it appears like it. And you will find the sages do it. So they have well-being in mind. Sage will always have well-being in mind. Continue. Verse 10.